Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with the lovely Karina, my beautiful
Hello,
Rosita.
everyone.
We're waiting for our K1 visa to get adjudicated at the service center in California, just like most of you guys are waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, Karina is originally from Caracas, Venezuela, beautiful Caracas, and I live in the Panhandle of Florida, just east of Pensacola, north of Navarre Beach. And we're gonna get married on Navarre Beach whenever our K1 visa gets adjudicated and approved. Hopefully it gets approved. Our NOA-1 letter is April 18th, 2022. Now this video is about the International Marriage Broker Regulation Act, or IMBRA, I-M-B-R-A. So come on along, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We will help you from getting a RFE regarding this. Now, the International Marriage Broker Regulation Act, or IMBRA, was put in place in 2005 to protect you, Miss Beneficiary, and Mr. Beneficiary, and also to protect fiancés on K1 visas, and also for spouses who are married to Americans coming to the United States on CR1 visas. Particularly, it's a protection for women and children and protecting foreigners from being abused at the hands of sponsoring Americans, the spouse, okay, or the sponsor, okay. When you fill out USCIS form I-129F, it's 13 pages long, okay, and you're going to use the most current edition. And right now, March of 2023, the current edition is 3-31-2024. On page 8, question 55, there's a question that says, did you meet your beneficiary through an IMBRA, International Marriage Broker? Okay? And you will know if you did, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And 9 times out of 10, probably even greater a statistic than that, you're going to answer no, you did not. Now, a lot of folks out there in the K1 visa groups are getting RFEs. Quite a few people are getting RFEs from USCIS because even though they checked no, they didn't meet their beneficiary through an IMBRA or an IMBRA or an international marriage broker. You guys started chatting online first, okay? And it's important that you identify to USCIS which website that you started chatting online to your future wife or husband in. Okay, for example, you could have been chatting in Colombian Cupid, Filipino Cupid. You could have gone into Match.com, or you could have gone into WhatsApp. WhatsApp, you could be chatting to somebody in WhatsApp or in Facebook. Okay. Now those online sites that I mentioned are not international marriage brokers. They are not somebody you pay to arrange a marriage for you in a foreign country. They're a place where you can go online, and Facebook is free, WhatsApp is free, but you have to pay a fee to Colombian Cupid, Filipino Cupid, etc. But they're not IMBs, they're not international marriage brokers. So you put your masterful K1 visa package together, a magnificent package of information that is a surefire winner. It's #1 it's the best K1 visa package ever produced, but you met your fiancé to be, your future wife or husband, let's say you started chatting in WhatsApp, or you met each other first in Colombian Cupid, Filipino Cupid, then you changed over to WhatsApp, started chatting that way, okay? It's very important that you identify that website or online website to USCIS. When did you first start communicating with your beneficiary? Well, it was in Filipino Cupid. Okay. Print the terms of service to Filipino Cupid, and in the terms of service to Filipino Cupid, Colombian Cupid, whatever, it clearly states that this company, even though you paid to communicate with people, is not an international marriage broker. Okay, which then matches up with your checking block no on page 8 of the 13 pages of your form IS-129F, which says no, you didn't meet through an IMB, International Marriage Broker. I can honestly guarantee you guys, you're going to get an RFE if you met your future bride-to-be or husband or groom-to-be online, and you said, yeah, I met her on Filipino Cupid, but if you got to clearly state that Filipino Cupid is not an international marriage broker, you got these new immigration officers, these consular officers, okay, who say, okay, you met online, that's great, Colombian Cupid, okay, that's great. I need evidence that it's not an international marriage broker, because they're following congressional law, okay, ladies and gentlemen. By law, okay, by congressional law of the United States, all marriage visa sponsors must undergo a background check, and as do all U.S. citizens who are sponsoring someone through a marriage brokerage service, that is under IMBRA rules. So they're following congressional law. You met on Match.com, you're chatting on WhatsApp, okay, you're chatting in WhatsApp, print the terms of service so the new immigration officer will understand, and it's clearly stated that you're not meeting each other through a marriage broker. So basically, if you're going through a marriage broker, the U.S. government, under the IMBRA law, is protecting you, Miss Beneficiary, Mr. Beneficiary, from potential abuse from a crazy American out there who's trying to bring you to the United States, okay? New immigrants, new persons coming to the United States can be vulnerable, okay? There's language barriers sometimes. You don't have a support system, unfortunately, except for your sponsor. And there's a lack of awareness to you guys, okay? And especially if you come through a marriage broker, if you come through a marriage broker, the U.S. government is going to protect you, and they're going to require that the marriage broker disclose to you, Miss Beneficiary, that your future husband, American citizen, husband or wife, has been clearly identified as not a threat, has had a security check done on him, the FBI check done on him, and you're good to go. That's what the IMB is, that's what the IMBRA rule is all about. So now you know, if you go through a marriage broker, a mandatory background check is done, a criminal history check is done on the American citizen, okay? The petitioner, to protect you, Miss Beneficiary, okay? And it will, and the information of that police security check will be disclosed to you. It's going to be told, they're going to tell you, immigration's going to tell you, hey, yeah, this guy, you know, no, sorry, can't do this, okay? This is if you go through a marriage broker. Now, if you go through like a private company like Colombian Cupid, when I say private company, I mean a company that is not managed by the IMBRA rules. If you met somebody on Filipino Cupid, then it is the responsibility of you, Mr. Sponsor, to print the terms of service, to identify the website as not under IMBRA rules, and USCIS will do a background check on you anyway to make sure that you are not going to hurt your future wife or husband coming to the United States. And there are penalties for misinformation. Don't be sneaky. If you knowingly misrepresent yourself, you will face fines or imprisonment, Mr. Sponsor. So to sum this up, if you guys met online, that's no problem. It's all good. But if you met online, you must be prepared from USCIS is going to ask you questions about your website and your digital dating history, okay? And they're going to do a background check on you. Now, I know a young lady, I don't know her personally, I just know about her. She was from the Philippines, and she waited for 20 months. 20 months, she finally got her face-to-face interview at the embassy in Manila, and the embassy official took her into a private room. Now remember, everything was approved all the way up to the face-to-face interview. She was happy as a clam. Yeah, approved NOA2, approved here, approved, boom. She got to the face-to-face and she got taken aside, and they said, I'm sorry, we're going to have to deny your visa because your sponsor in the United States is a problem child, and he's got domestic violence criminal record. So she wasted 20 months of her life, okay, because some bad person in the United States didn't disclose this information to her, and because, you know, they didn't go through an IMB, it was, they met, I think they met in person in the Philippines, but he didn't disclose any of his criminal history to her. But USCIS found out, and they did disclose it, and they blocked her visa. They didn't want to block her visa, they wanted to protect her from this guy. Okay? So that about sums it all up. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, international marriage broker requirements. It's okay if you met somebody online, it's great, no problem, it's not an issue, but you just gotta let immigration know where you met online, what website. Make their job easier, which will speed up your K-1 visa process by printing the terms of service. Colombian Cupid, Filipino Cupid, Korean Cupid, Indonesian Cupid, whatever it is, Match.com, print the terms of service, include it in your K-1 visa package, and that way you won't get an RFE and your visa process will go much smoother. And very soon, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in the United States of America with your K-1 visa in your hand. We know it. We can feel it. The 2023 is flying by. It's almost April. See it, right? Okay. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. And relax. If you met your fiance online, it's okay. Don't worry. You're good. Just follow the rules.
I'll be back.
It's beautiful Tokyo.